The most recent entry in the Splatterhouse trilogy has everyone from local law enforcement to paramedics to even the damn SWAT team going back into the swamps to take on Victor Crowley once again.
You found out that your family was dead, and you barely escaped with your life. But then the next night, you go back out into that same swamp. That has to be the stupidest story and some of the most idiotic and contrived decision-making I've ever heard.
Yeah, directly after the last film ended, Marybeth just wanders into the police station, covered in blood, carrying a shotgun and the scalp of Crowley. I'd say she doesn't have the best judgment, but that'll happen after almost being ripped apart 2 nights in a row. Danielle Harris returns in the role of Marybeth, and she brought along a whole slew of horror veterans with her. Zach Galligan, Caroline Williams, Sid Haig, and Derek Mears. So if you ever wanted to know who would win in a fight, the Kane Hodder Jason or the Jason from the Friday the 13th reboot, this film gives you the answer. This is going to be a short review because it's the exact same thing as before. It's set in the Honey Island swamp, where Galligan, a Louisiana sheriff, leads his team when Marybeth becomes the prime suspect for all the murders. In prison, Marybeth gets a visit from Galligan's annoying ex-wife, Amanda, a journalist played by Caroline Williams, who's best known for her role as Stretch in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Like Reverend Zombie, she claims to know how to kill Victor Crowley. Now, at the beginning of this film, Crowley is deader than we've ever seen him. The last film touched on this a bit, but basically Crowley is what's known as a repeater, meaning he's doomed to relive the night he died over and over again. Even if you kill him, he'll just come back the next night in an endless loop. It's a lot like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. I really like that they give this explanation. Look, I love Freddy and I love Jason, but there are only so many explanations they can give for why these guys don't die. I know, money. By giving Crowley this little bit of backstory, it somehow makes sense. But since he can't seem to leave the swamp, it would make the most sense to just not come back to the same swamp, especially after learning that he can't be killed. There's not much of a plot. Every time you think someone might make it out alive, there's Crowley to rip someone apart. This one's more about extreme amounts of blood than using good makeup effects. Oftentimes, the victim will get killed off screen and we'll see the result of the kill as opposed to the actual kill. It's like they skipped over the joke and just delivered the punchline. At first, it seems like kind of a cop-out. I mean, this is only the third film, so I assume the effects would be even more outrageous here. But sometimes this works in the film's favor, because it's kind of funny not seeing what happens until after the person's already dead. It's an opinion type of thing, but bottom line, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Danielle Harris has even less to do in this film, and like before, it takes a long time before anything starts to even happen. It's about as entertaining as Hatchet II, so if you really want to see how the trilogy ends, well, here you go.